Hi, my name's Joe Conrad with Skyline Home Loans. I specialize in reverse mortgages, and I'm asked questions all the time about reverse mortgages. And one question I'm asked pretty frequently is, what is the process? What has to go on? What are the steps involved in it? And I'm going to quickly go through the steps without a lot of details because there are a lot of parts of it. Determine eligibility. That's the first step we have to take. We have to make sure that you're eligible for a reverse mortgage, that you're the right age, you've got enough equity, and that you're eligible for one. The next thing is the viability. Make sure that it makes sense for you. Make sure that it's going to be a benefit to you and to your family as a solution. So that's an important step, obviously. The next step is you engage in counseling. So once we've determined it's viable and you want to move ahead, we give you the name of some counseling companies. You call one up and they do counseling. And it's a really good process because they educate you additionally in terms of what I've told you, because you're hearing things for the first time. And it's good to hear it more than once because it'll really sink in when you hear somebody else telling you the same things that I've been telling you, or your mortgage planner, whoever you're working with, tells you as far as what the components of it are, what to look out for, what are the good elements, what you should be careful about. Once you've done the counseling, we can take a loan application, but we can't actually begin the process for 8 days. Right now, that's the regulations. From the time of the date of your counseling to the time we can actually order an appraisal is 8 days. We're not allowed to. It's a good cooling off period for you to make sure that you're comfortable with it. It's something you want to move ahead with. Nobody wants anybody to rush into a reverse mortgage. So there's usually an 8-day cooling off period before we can even order the appraisal. So once you've got the appraisal done, then we put everything into our system. We begin the process. We order the appraisal. We begin to underwrite the file, and then we'll gather conditions from you. If there are any conditions that the underwriter is asking us for, we'll gather them. We'll resubmit it to the underwriter. And then at that point, once they've signed off on it, we'll lock the interest rate. At that point, we'll order loan documents after we've locked the rate. And then usually it's the 48-hour, 24 to 48, maybe 72 hours, depending on how busy everybody is at the time, for your loan documents to become available for you to sign. And then you have a 3-day right of rescission assuming it's a refinance. If it's a purchase, you don't need to have a right of rescission. With refinance, you have 3-day right of rescission once you've signed loan documents for the loan to fund. So once the loan's funded, then it records the next day, and that's when funds are dispersed. That's kind of the process and what it looks like. Thank you. Also want to mention I got a website, Joe the Reverse Mortgage Guide. Check it out. It's got a lot of good, useful information. Calculators, more questions, more answers, and I think you'll like it. Thank you.